Today's bite-sized training will show you how to hyperlink something with an audio file. In this scenario, imagine that you are using G Suite tools to package learning for students, whether that's a tech-enhanced lesson or a blended lesson, something that you are using as part of a flipped lesson, station rotation, or maybe even a day that you are going to be out of the classroom. So when we go in and out of a blended environment and a traditional classroom, there are some things we have to rethink. And so I'm going to show you a couple of ways to provide student learning objectives, or maybe instructions for an activity, or just-in-time learning for students as they work in an online space. So here's one example. Maybe every time I give my students learning objectives in an online or a blended space, I want to do that by having a little picture. So in this example, I have my Bitmoji, and the students know whenever they see my Bitmoji, if they click on this Bitmoji, they will hear me talking about their learning objectives for that activity. Or maybe it's a quick way to share some instructions. So the students are engaging with this information in a way that's much different from them simply reading a bulleted list of objectives or procedures. So my students know whenever they see my Bitmoji, or maybe it's a cat or whatever image you want to use for this, if they click on it, they'll hear me talking about those learning objectives for the day, or the instructions, the procedures for that class period. Again, this all changes depending on how you are implementing it. So I've taken my Bitmoji and I've put it on this Google slide, and imagine that this Google slide presentation is a package for student learning. Or maybe I can always keep my little Bitmoji off to the side here, so that I can keep the content on the slide, and I'm chunking the content using my slides, but over on the side here, if the students click on me, they can hear me talking. Okay, so how do I do that? I've inserted my Bitmoji, and then I need to record me talking. So I like to use a site called Vocaroo, and it's very simple to use because there's no accounts. I just give it permissions, and now I'm recording. This is a test, testing, and when I'm done, I click stop, and I can listen to it, or I can start over, and if I'm happy with it, I can save as an MP3, give it permissions, and now I'm recording. To download. Now it's downloaded to my desktop. If you were doing this on your Chromebook, then it would be saving to your Google Drive. Okay. So I'm doing this on my desktop, so I downloaded that MP3 file, and if I were doing it on my Chromebook, it would automatically save to my Google Drive. I went ahead and uploaded it to my Google Drive on my desktop, and then what I'm going to do is get that shareable link. I turn the link sharing on. I'm going to copy that link. I'm going to come back into my package for student learning, and I click on the image, and Control-K is link. Or I can click this link icon up at the top, and then I'm going to paste the link there. So it's essentially a Google Drive file that is an MP3. So whenever students see this image, they know. Click on me, and then they can hear me talking. Another use case of this is for just-in-time learning. So maybe you are doing a Shakespeare unit, and anytime you see a student sees William Shakespeare, they know that he is going to provide some information that is really important for that moment, wherever they are in that digital package for learning. Now, these examples are all meant to be short. This isn't, something that should take the place of an instructional video or just instruction in general. Little snippets, instructions, learning objectives, just-in-time learning. Maybe your content is science, and for the whole year you want to adopt this little astronaut, that anytime the students see the astronaut, they know that there's something to listen to for just-in-time learning. Or maybe in math, I've taken this little picture, I've added eyes here to give it a personality, and then again, whenever students click here, you can use that as an opportunity for learning objectives or just-in-time learning. So there are tons of different recording tools out there. I like Vocaroo because I don't have to have an account. I come to the website, I make my recording, I download it, I upload to Google Drive, and then I link it into my stuff. If you have any questions or want to give it a try or want to talk about what might be a good way to get started with adding some of these little pieces for online design, please reach out. Have a good day.